Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 278 on the Leek. We're not playing that. I'm not spending $30 Canadian on that bull crap. Let's play Kaldheim draft. Let's play a different type of bull crap, shall we? The Arena Open. I am happy that they are doing a competitive limited event. It is not well done. It is not well done at all. It's very expensive to enter. Best of 3 basically punishes you. Then playing best of 1. Best of 1 is not a thing I'm going to do. The prizes suck. Yeah. Glad they attempted, but I'm not going to support the attempt. We will instead just play some draft. Still feeling odd about this draft format. It's still a format I'm fairly successful in, but I'm not liking it. Just not liking it. I wonder how long this table is going to take to fill up too. It has seemed like we have hit the wall for Kaldheim already. 3 weeks in? 1, 2... Yeah, 3 weeks in. And these queues are starting to sometimes be 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I saw a 5-minute queue once. We already have Strixheim previews. Time Spiral, I think, is next week. Kaldheim hit a wall real fast, and people are kind of done with it. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what Strixheim is like. I guess I should have seen this coming because they had mentioned colleges before, but it's basically Ravnica, right? We have 5 color pairs. So hopefully they've learned from Ravnica sets and we have more than 5 decks that we can play, because Ravnica sets are not typically my favorites, although oddly 1 is always one that I like. I liked Return to Ravnica. I liked Ravnica Allegiance, but they do get pretty stale pretty fast when there's only 5 decks to draft essentially, and typically like 2 of them are really good and 1 of them's really bad. So we'll see how that goes. The Mystic Archive is interesting. I don't quite understand it, because it's basically just 63 cards added to the set, because there's 1 in every pack. They show up at various rarities. I wonder if the rarities are really wonky, like mythics aren't 1 in 8 packs will have a Mystic Archive. It'll be like 1 in 100 packs will have one of the mythics or something. Anyways, for this draft, because Strixheim ain't here yet, we look at the uncommons. We've got a Bloodline Pretender, which is kind of the uncommon I'm picking here. This card is bad. I do not care for it. In the commons, we do not have one of the 10 good commons in the set. I say 10 because I give a little buffer zone. We could only name 8. When I challenge chat to name what the good commons are in the set, Mistwalker is one that gets close to the list of 10, but it's nowhere near Packmate or Demon Bolt or Bound in Gold or whatnot. So we'll take the Pretender. It keeps us super open. It's just great in every deck. Black-red, blue-red, blue-green. It's super good. So we'll take the Pretender. Well, we could jump on into Black-red with a Carter. Lindworm is one of the 8, though I think it's on the cusp. It's a great card, and it warps games. 6/6 is nuts in this format. You have to get there, which is not too much of a challenge, but can be. Iron Verdict is also sometimes in that list of actual good commons, but I think we'll just take a Carter and we can jump on into Black-red Berserkers if it looks like it happens to be open, because again, take the uncommons, take the rares, do that, or don't win. Here we get a 3rd pick, Poison the Cup, which says to me we're going to get black as much as we want. In fact, 2 commons were taken out of this pack, so probably a Packmate and maybe a Demon Bolt, or perhaps a Bound in Gold. But we'll take this Poison the Cup. I would also really like the Pretender, but I mean, this is super duper good removal. There's also a Glimpse here, which is great. It had to be Packmate and Demon Bolt in this pack. Had to be, because you don't pass this or this or this over anything other than maybe those 2 cards. So we'll take the Poison. Following that up, We see Bound in Gold, which is one of the good commons. There's a Provoke, which is pretty decent if we are going to jump into black-red, which I think I'm trending towards. There is another Lindworm here, but I don't really want to be black-green. Red-green's not exactly what I want to be doing with Carter. Yeah, I think I'll take the Provoke. Carter's Vicious Return and a Feed the Serpent. So black definitely open in this direction. Super open. And it looks like black-red could be as well. We just have to actually get the good red cards. But we'll take a Carter's Vicious Return here. Apparently Limited Resources said this card's a trap. I don't understand that podcast anymore. Death Knell Berserker is very good. There's actually some very good cards in this pack. Death Knell Berserker. Inga's not amazing, but is solid. Mistwalker is pretty decent. Ravenous Lindworm, we've already talked about. I like the Recluse quite a bit. But I think we're going to jump into black-red Berserkers. I'm not jumping into blue-black here or red-blue. Probably not red-blue. Let's take the Berserker because I'm pretty sure black is wide open. We got another Berserker or a Firewalker. Both are decent. Both are decent. I think I'd rather continue just being like, hey, get out of black. We do want to grow these somehow. But they're great to sack to like Vicious Return or Tegrid Shadow, assuming we can get this up to a 3-2 or higher. Firewalker is also very good. But yeah, let's take Death Knell. We're going to go a little bit aggro today, I think. We got an 8th pick, Feed the Serpent, or a Shadow Sage. Shadow Sage is actually the finisher for the black-red Berserker deck. Yes, it's an Elf Cleric, but when you've got 5 Berserkers down and it just lava axes your opponent, I think we're actually going to take it here. This is how much better the uncommons are over the commons that we are not going to take a Feed the Serpent here. We already have a Poison the Cup, and I think we can get the feeds if we want them. There's a slight issue in that I pass 2 feeds to Whiskey Worship over there. So maybe we don't get black back, but we should in pack 3. So we'll take this Shadow Sage. I think it's going to be pretty important to this deck. We've got another Death Knell Berserker, also a Dwarven Reinforcements, which would fit in this deck pretty well. Again, Berserkers. Bloodline Pretender is ETB. Bloodline Pretender is ETB. I think I might take the first Reinforcements over the third Berserker here. There's also a way down that I would like, but let's take the Reinforcements. You're a Berserker. We're probably not ever going to pump it, so this is a pretty filler card for us, but I don't really want a Shackles. We can get one if we want one for the sideboard. I don't really want to raise all that badly. We'd probably find a spot for 1 Skull Raid, I think. And again, this is going to be a very filler card for us, and I don't think we're going to want a Cinderheart Giant. We might, but I think we can get one. Let's take the Skull Raid. And then, of course, we get a Skull Raid, so we could have taken one of those other cards. We'll take the Skull Raid just to send a message. That message being, get out of black. Interesting choice here. We've got a Kennel Master or a Raider. I think I'd rather be lower curve, so we'll take the Raider. We're not going to play a Dead Rider, but we'll take it for signaling purposes. And that was a pretty good first pack. And there's the Shackles, haha. Angel Cleric. Why are you a cleric? You're hasty. You're very clearly an Angel Berserker. Horrendous pack for us, other than this Vengeful Reaper, which we'll happily pick up. But yeah, this is the green pack with a pack mate and an Elder Guard. This card hasn't worked out for me. White just doesn't seem to have the tribal that you need. You'd probably have to pair it with white-green to get the changelings, or white-blue, I guess. But yeah, we'll take this Vengeful Reaper. Pretty happy about it, but we're not getting anything back. Okay, well, now this is the pack for us. We've got a Hammer, a Titan, and a Demon Bolt. I think we just have to take the Demon Bolt. We're already at 8 creatures. That's pretty good. There's a Firewalker that could come back. I'd even play this Recruiter. And who knows, maybe this goes around. Although I think red's being picked a little bit higher than black is. So I suspect we get the Recruiter back. But we'll take a Demon Bolt. This is one of the commons that is actually very, very, very good. Wow, is green open in this direction? But we are very far from doing that. So we'll take another pretender here. As many of these as we can stack up on is great. We should already be at a bunch of berserkers, right? 5. Yeah, we're already at 6 berserkers. This will put us to 7 berserkers. Seems great. And there's nothing else here that I want in black red. Haunting Voyage is not a card that you should play. It's cute, but it's way too much work. And we're not a priest deck. So we'll take that pretender, and that leads us into a pretty bad pack for us. Does look like black's probably going to get cut from this direction because of those 2 Feed the Serpents we passed late. Somebody's going to go, aha, it was open. But I took the better cards out of those packs. So yeah, we'll take a Haggy Mob. It fits in our deck. It's filler-ish, but it's fine. There's no other pick here for us. I'm not going to take the Raise here. We're not splashing a Herald. Yeah, let's take the Mob. So yeah, how's Kaldheim going for all of you? I still see a whole lot of hate for it in the limited resources subreddit, in my local Facebook chat. They didn't want it. They didn't want it. They didn't want it. They didn't want it. Black is apparently not being cut. This card's super good. I also kind of want to pick because we do have those 2 berserkers. I want to buff those berserkers a little bit. But yeah, we're taking a bomb rare. You best bet we are. This pack looks great too. We've got a Firewalker, another Berserker. We've got a Rune of Mortality, which I do think is the worst one. I'm not interested in it. If it gave power boost, yeah, but it doesn't, so I'm not really going to give that a second glance. So the question is, do we finally want to get one of those Firewalkers? Do we want to take another Death Knell Berserker? I think I'll take the 3rd Death Knell Berserker. We just need to get ourselves a pick or something. Just something we can put on these Berserkers as they come out. We can take this Faithful. We're probably not going to play it. Berserker count is now 9. Woof. What a bad pack. And we know that we're getting a bad pack next pick, too. We'll take the card to signal so that hopefully pack 3 is... What the hell? I see. Unfortunately, this is my alt account, so this isn't actually 20 gems. Okay. That was a hate pick, but I'm fine with it. All right, I guess we'll take this mythic. Who are these drafters? I think we might be at a strange table today. I think we might be at a strange table. We'll take the Raise here. I might find a spot for a way down. We'll see. I'm now thoroughly confused. If you had gone back and told me how many pack mates we could have had our hands on, I'd be playing green right now. So we've got a Tormentor's Helm, which I actually really want for those Berserkers. There's the thing. It's very cheap. It's exactly what our deck wants. Versus a Provoke the Trolls, and that's about it. So we're just going to easily take this Tormentor's Helm here. I can't believe how many pack mates we could have had. Squash is a great card for a deck that is not us. We have 2 giants. So I think we're just going to take another Death Knell Berserker. We are going to load up on these, trade them off, hopefully while they're 3/3s thanks to the Helm or something, and go from there. Because it's really Berserker versus Raider, and that's it. Yeah, there's no other discussion to be had here. Boop. So we're at 21 cards, 13 creatures, 10 Berserkers. Seems good. 5 elves? Oh, I guess because these are elf Berserkers, aren't they? Who's our 5th elf? Oh, this is Shadow Sage. Yeah. This looks like a good deck. This looks like a very good deck. I count my foretell spells as a 2-drop. Yes, you're not playing them on 2, but you are doing them on 2. You are spending your mana on turn 2. So I do put them in the 2-drop slot. Just so I know that, like, hey, I have things that I'm going to spend mana on turn 2. They may not establish the board, but I'm going to spend mana. We've got a red-black duel just to help our mana a little bit, or another finisher, and I think I want another finisher. Here we've got another provoke. Am I doing cute things with the provoke? I don't have any. I guess the Shadow Sages are the only things I'm doing something cute with the provokes. Otherwise, they're just removal. Do I want a giant coward? I don't think I do. Oh, Jesus. I ignored this. I thought this was a different saga. Yeah, this is the saga for us. I'm sure you're all yelling at me. I, I didn't register that that was a real card. That's a very real card. We've got another Carter's Vicious Return. I think I'll take another Carter's Vicious Return over another Shadow Sage. Or maybe I just want the Shadow Sage. What are we at for Berserkers? We're still at 10 Berserkers. I don't know that we need the second Carter's. I think I want the third Shadow Sage. Yeah, let's go with that. Hey, there we go. This deck wants a Tegrid Shadow with all the stuff we got going on here. So we'll pop that in. We're going to have to make some cuts. Dream Devourer is not for us, so I think we just take the duel here. We're not doing anything with Dream Devourer. Jarl's not a Berserker. I'm not interested. We might want the Demonic Gifts. There's somehow a struggle and a Behold here. And then we're back to these bad cards, eh? So we'll take a Dusk Wielder, I guess. We're not going to play it. So what do we need? We need 2 cuts. We need 2 cuts. Provoke might just be too expensive. Immerstrom Raider. Are we playing a dumb creature we don't want that's not a Berserker? No. No, we're not. We could lower our curve by not playing the Haggy Mob. But I like returning the Haggy Mob with the Carter. Hey, there's the Black-Red Duel back. Also another Death Knell Berserker. I think we're good. Let's fix our mana. So 27, 26, 25. Still need those 2 cuts. Snow-Covered Mountain. I guess we can play that. Like, you don't play these just because you can, because there is stuff that specifically hurts you for playing Snowlands. Not many, but they do exist. But I mean, if we get the chance of, pumping our Draugr, that's cool. We'll take a Kennel Master, I guess. I'm not going to play it over the Haggy Mob. I think I like the Haggy Mob better. We'll take a Village Rites and another Way Down. I don't know what that draft was. Those were some of the weirdest signals I've ever seen. I think we were in one of the correct decks for our chair. I think blue-green was also a very correct deck for us. We need 2 cuts. Probably only one of them should be a creature. Berserker count is at 11. It's actually higher because of Dwarven Reinforcements. I think we can cut the Way Down. Maybe we're going to have so many little things that Shadow is probably going to be great for us. We're going to have stuff to sack. But then that means Way Down's even better. I don't want to cut anything. Actually, I guess we can cut creatures, because like this is a 2/3 Berserker, this is 2/2/1 Berserkers. We actually have way more creatures than it looks like. So we can cut like one of these Raiders. Oops, not you. One of these Raiders. So that puts us at 15, 16, 17 creatures. So we can definitely cut another creature. I don't want to cut one of these Shadow Sages, but I guess we do. Because if we get into a situation where we don't have a bunch of berserkers, they're way less good. They're going to block, which is probably what we need to do if we're in a situation where we have way less berserkers. But I think that'll be fine. Let me just look at my foretold stuff. Yeah, that looks really good. We're at 70% black, 35% red. We've got 8, 9, 10 black sources, 6, 7, 8 red. 10, 8? 10, 8 should be fine, especially since one of these is a duel and one is whatever we want. Let's go in. Let's go in, see if we can get some wins with this. Black red is one of my more successful decks. I haven't done it in a while. I haven't seen it open. I think the red part of this deck wasn't quite as open. I don't know necessarily who was taking that stuff. Like who was taking the berserkers? Red-green deck, maybe? Probably not a red-blue deck. Maybe a red-white deck, actually. Actually, yeah, a red-white deck makes a lot of sense. But yeah, black can be wide open when everybody thinks it's really bad. Woof. We'll keep it. Because we can foretell this, play it on 3. And we'll draw not lands. We'll definitely draw not lands. Oof. Should have taken an Advil before this. Neck is painful. How many cards you got? 33. We'll keep. Forest and a Sentinel. Well, okay then. Yeah, that's a land. Put you over with the other lands. Elven Bow. Okay. Stuck on 1? Stuck on 1 land. Time to zoom zoom. Put you with the Shadow Sages. Shieldmate, sure. More lands. Okay. So these Shadow Sages are maybe going to do some work. You're going to make what? This a 3/3 at best. Also, you may just not draw a 3rd land, so we'll actually play it a little bit cool here. And hey, look at what I said. Sometimes we might have to play these Shadow Sages without having a bunch of Berserkers down. Are you a Cleric at least? You are, okay, so at least we'll do a couple of damage. So this is what, 3 to equip? 2 to equip? 3 to equip. If they equip the Shieldmate, there's a chance I trade. Horizon Seeker? Sure. No attacks? Love it. There's no way you're attacking, right? Pardon? Okay. Thanks for the creature. Demon Bolt's nifty, but we're just going to Shadow Sage here. Shadow Sage, hit them for 2. And then hit them for another 2? I don't like being that aggressive just yet. We're an aggressive deck, but we have not had an aggressive start here. I'd rather hold this back to trade against something if need be, to eat something if they do another weird attack like that. Maybe that was just an accidental attack with all. That Shadow Sage should put the brakes on them just a little bit. They might suit up that Horizon Seeker and come in which case we could have it bounce off the Shadow Sage. Oh no, because to suit it up, they wouldn't be able to boast. So I guess there's a chance they come in and boast just to get that 4th land going. Odds are the thing we're going to be afraid of with this deck are the Lindworms. So we're going to want to find some stuff to deal with that as soon as possible. That has Death Touch, so that's not going to work the way you want. More lands, cool. Let's get in for 2. Let's drop another Shadow Sage. Hit him for another 2. Land for turn. I can never remember. This is +1, +2. Okay. So they could make a 2/3 or a 2/4. Oof. Maya's pretty good. Maya's got to go. Maya's got to go. Maya's going to go right now. And hey, let's race, I guess. Because this is now a race that it looks like I'm going to win. We need to draw approximately 0 more lands, but should be decent. Maya's a 4. Oh, they use Sentinel, right? They use Sentinel to caster. Shieldmate's fine. We can attack into that, no problem. I highly doubt that they're going to, like, tap out their land's end board to put that bow on it. If they do, we come on and slam. They're looking at it. They're looking at that bow. Maybe they put the bow on the 1/1, so then they can block the 2/5. No, they put it on there. Well then. Can I interest you in taking 3? And then we Varragoth and we find whatever we want. Boom. Varragoth down, and we'll move this over to Varragoth for protection. I am recording in the morning instead of my evening recording sessions that I've been doing before. Well, morning, it's 11:35. Coming in for 3. I'll take it. It's not very threatening to me. And I'm not even going to attempt to block here and get shenaniganed. High as onslaught? Sure, I'll take 8. 8 ain't a thing that I'm worried about. Not when we're going to Varragoth and grab Poison the Cup or something. Varragoth is 2, right? Yeah, 2. Ow. Skull Raid, you say? Yeah, so we have to come in with team here. I suspect we'll see 2 chumps. And then we'll find removal in order to hit the shield mate with whatever trick they plan on doing, because I expect they have some sort of shenanigans with mammoth growth and yada yada. Alternatively, we could skull raid them and just be like, hey, you need to top deck your answers. So they're going to take 5 here. Which means that we may have an answer. Carador's Vicious Return hits any target, right? Oh, wait, this goes on top, doesn't it? It goes on top, it goes on top, it goes on top, it goes on top. That's very important to know. Why did I think it went to hand? Yeah, so we'll put Vicious Return on top because it kills them. It kills them dead. And then we'll Skull Raid to get rid of whatever's sitting in their hand right now. And just be like, hey, you have to top deck an answer. Snakeskin Veil that they could have cast. Land perfect. They be dead. They be dead. We don't even have to show them the Vicious Return here. Cool beans. Cool beans. Thinking about their blocks. Also, they're just dead if they block Varragoth. They decide to die via helmet. You got it. Pew! We did it. We did it. Let's do it again. That deck felt pretty good. I think our opponent helped us out a bit there, but that felt pretty good. Let's go back in. If you did do the open, let me know how it went. Like I said, it's just way too much money for me to be spending on that. This seems fine. This seems more than fine. We go Helm into Berserker, into Equip Helm, into go from there. Possibly, if need be, like sack this to kill something, get back a 2/2. Haha, it's now a 3/3. Let's go with the Mountain. This seems like a great opener. Not missing their land. Let's start putting stuff down. So we actually get to foretell our shadow here. Land for turn. Horizon Seeker. Horizon Seeker. All right. If you would like to trade, I'm cool with that. No dice? All right. Let's foretell the shadow. And then we could always shadow next turn. We sack our Berserker, get our Berserker back. They sack the Seeker and whatever they play here. If they don't play anything, then maybe we think about Vicious Return. We got choices. We got lots of choices. Fall of the Imposter. Okay, yeah, we're playing Vicious Return next turn. Ooh, please don't have a Snakeskin. All right, that went through their turn pretty fast. I doubt they have a Snakeskin Veil. So we're going to just ping that right now. So we will sack this to deal 3 to this. Boop. So they don't get their counter. We get our 2/2 back. It'll die, but that's fine. We've got this shadow for when they rebuild. We're going to bring back a 3/3 Death Knell. Actually, we could pitch the Shadow Sage. Bring back a 3/5 Shadow Sage. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Maya. Maya, eh? Yeah, let's pitch the Shadow Sage. And then I think we just kill Maya here. Just straight up kill Maya. Opponent thinking about what to discard. Goodbye. Struggle for Skemfar. Wow. Yeah, let's kill Maya. Don't even give her a landfall trigger. Not a thing she needs. Get an extra point of damage here before this gets exiled. Down to 11. So we're going to have back a 3/5 that's going to hit them for 1. It has haste too, so it can actually attack as a 4/6. Ah. Okay. 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 Pretty big. Pretty big. In that case, we're actually going to bring back the Berserker. Because we're going to Tegrid Shadow them. So we'll drop this Berserker as well. Suit it up. And foretell this. Hope they play a second creature here. And then we Tegrid Shadow. We sack our 2 creatures. We get them back. Essentially, we get a 2/2 back. We don't get the counter back. I really want to see them play a second creature here. We'll take 6. That's fine. Because if they think they're racing, they're in for a bad time. I guess they might have the double strike thing, so we need to keep that Tegrid Shadow up. Yeah, so we'll just pass the turn here. See if they have the double strike thing or a Mammoth Growth or something. I guess they might just sack that Stronghold. Yeah, they just sack the Stronghold, so they're looking to gain a bunch of life here. Land in... Okay, they don't have a combat trick, so let's do the Tigrid Shadow. Get our creatures back. And they're probably now dead. Suit that up. Come on and slam. And that should be the end. Land for turn. Come on and slam. Hey, look. We did it. 1-0. 1-0. Ow. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I think our opponent might have been a newer player or a less experienced player, but we take those. We take those. All right, round 2. Let's see if we can keep it going. Turns out when you don't have all of the lands, the aggro deck is aggro. We are going to play first. I haven't checked the chart. I should actually do that to see if there's been, we'll keep this for sure, if there's been any shift at all in the play draw advantage in Kaldheim. Kaldheim is still, best of 3 Kaldheim is still by a somewhat of a ways the highest advantage to being on the play of a set we have ever had on Arena ever. It is almost at 53% to win if you're on the play. A 0.5% lower is M21 best of 3 draft. We are going to Immerstrom Raider here and turn one of these lands into another land. Or a Bloodline Pretender, that works too. Prior to M21, as far as traditional draft goes, we're looking at Ikoria. Interesting trend here that it's literally the last 3 draft formats in a row. I'm not afraid of that pup. So we're just going to start doing this. And we're going to name Berserker on our Pretender here. Prior to Ikoria for best of 3, it was M20 as opposed to being Theros. Theros is actually the least winningest on the play of all best of 3 formats we've had. It's actually below 50%. And then Kaldheim's pretty fast. Kaldheim is pretty slow. I think I've said in the past that it's been pretty fast based on this chart, but I misinterpreted that axis. Okie dokes. So we can play Carter. They have to attack, which means we get to eat that scorned Afigi. So let's come in with our Pretender. And then we can always Vicious Return and kill something if need be. Looks like we do have a mirror match going on here. But yeah, Kaldheim's actually slower than average. I do believe I've misspoke there. With most games ending... Or no, sorry, I didn't misinterpret this. This is the number of turns it takes to finish a game. So the lower it is, the better. I guess I should actually show you this chart at some point. So they suited that up. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take 4. I think we're winning this race pretty handily. And if they pump, we're really winning this race. So I expect we'll see a 3-drop here. Their own Bloodline Pretender. So we will probably Caradur's Vicious Return that. But first, let's attack. Boom, boom, boom. We could Shadow Sage for 3. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's Shadow Sage for 3 here. Because that actually puts them dangerously close to dead off of the Vicious Return hitting their face. But yes, here's the chart that I've been talking about so much. You can see best of 3 Kaldheim here. Way over on the right-hand side for play draw. And, relatively low for average number of turns to end the game. Demon Bolt coming on in. So, yeah, I guess we just come on and slam. If they kill a bunch of things, then Carter's going to go, hey, thanks, that's great. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm okay with this. So they go to 2, and then we vicious return them to death. We didn't even have to show it to them. That's great. We had 3 very important cards that we don't need them to know about. So we'll just go back in. I don't think we have anything to change with our deck here. Unfortunately, we are off the play now. Still a decent hand. This is a Tormentor's Helm into a Foretold Reinforcements. Probably into play the reinforcements. Suit up a dwarf, I think. We'll play this Blight Step as a mountain, and we'll be very careful with it. I never play with these cards. Get my mouse away from the screen. Okay, bring my mouse over to the red one. Click the red one. It wouldn't have ruined, or I guess it would have mildly ruined us because we wouldn't have been able to play our helm there. But yeah, honestly, these pathways just open you up to play mistakes. They're going to foretell a card. Cool. I guess we're going to do the same thing. Because if that is a Dwarven Reinforcements, I want to make sure that we're matching them. If it's not a Dwarven Reinforcements, the Vengeful Reaper might have been better. But I'm really expecting us to see 2 dwarves here. Raven's Wings. And oh, the Efigi. Sure, you got an Efigi. In that case, I could Berserker instead. No, let's Dwarven Reinforcements, because we can play Karadur next turn. And if they do something unimpactful, like suit up this Raven Wings here, then we've got a real good turn. Infernal Pet? That's fine. Yeah, so we'll drop Karadur. So those are attacking in next turn. And then we're swinging back in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Seems good. Seems good. The question is, do I want to get greedy and put Karadur in front of something? The answer is no. I don't wish to do that. I will get rid of this Infernal Pet. It doesn't need to grow anymore. That's just not a thing that has to happen. I guess we'll Vengeful Reaper and get in for 5. Yeah, let's Vengeful Reaper get in for 5, which might convince them to suit those wings up to stop getting hit by the Reaper. Which, spoiler alert, it will not stop. But as much as we can get them on the back foot, the better. Yeah, they're looking at that wings. We're going to put it on the Efigi. You got your 3/3. I will trade. You betcha. You betcha. Down to 12, and it's time for us to fill the board up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't do all 3. Can only do 2. I guess we go with the Menacer. And then we can suit our Death Knell Berserker up with the Helm. So that Draugr can be a 4/2 menace, which is decent. Thank you, Snow Mountain. They have an instant speed effect. Interesting. They've got to raise the Draugr. Yeah, because they're looking at their graveyard. Getting back their Infernal Pet, sure thing. Looks like they'll spend the turn casting it and equipping it. They have another raise the Draugr? Ah, they're going to weigh down. That's fair. That's fair. And their own Tormentor's Helm. All right. All right. Well, let's come on in. I doubt they'll trade. Didn't think so. Let's pop another Death Knell. Get the Helm over on that one. So unfortunately, that Infernal Pet is going to be big enough that it's going to be a slight challenge. We kind of need to find a bit of removal or something. Although I guess these two berserkers with the helm would have kind of been 4 points of damage. But they're also not going to be able to attack us here, which is solid. So we'll Shadow Sage, hit him for 2 here. Drop him to 7. We will throw away this Berserker to get in a point of damage. Perhaps they don't block. And we get 3 instead. You know, maybe they're... Nope. They know no fear. They know no fear. But now, of course, we can suit up the Shadow Sage, and it can attack in, assuming this Infernal Pet does not get anything else going on with it. Oh, no, it can't attack in. It just gets bumped into. They're going to Foretell. That is fair. We get another Shadow Sage to hit him for another 2. And they give up. Regardless of what they hit there, we were going to hit him for 2. Because we would have had 2 Elves or 2 Berserkers. But hey, 2-0. I'll take a 2-0. We can go right on into the 3-0 here. This would be my 11th trophy, if we get it. Which is, yeah, by far the most successful format I've had in a long time, probably since Eldraine. But those trophies are almost exclusively with blue-red, black-red, green-white, oddly, recently. And I think 1 or 2 green snowish decks. Okay, that's pretty bad with just 1 land. On the draw, it's tempting on the draw, because this Raider would probably help us fix quite a bit. And we could foretell the Reaper, we could foretell the Shadow, we can play the Helm. I'm going to do some quick math here. So if we have 33 cards in our deck, and we've got 16 lands sitting in there right now, we're going to draw 2 cards by turn 2. The odds of us getting 1 land is 74%. And in 3 draws, 87.5, 88% likely that we'll have our second land on turn 3. So we actually keep this on the draw, or on the draw, yeah. On the play, you don't even think about that, I don't think. If we had more 2 drops, maybe. But I think this was a very good keep in this situation, in the blind. Yeah, missed the first land. That's to be expected. It's not 74% that we would have hit a land there. It's 74% that we would have hit a land there or here. It's 87%, 88% I said, that will hit a land there, or here. Still, I did those numbers. You heard those numbers. Those numbers are correct numbers. 88% of the time we have a land by turn 3. That does mean 12% of the time you don't. Cool. So we'll play the Immerstrom Raider. This Skull Raid is rapidly not looking like what I want to be doing anymore. So we'll get rid of that. Hitting their 3 colors. Very nice. Inga, sure. What are your scries? But that's a great example of not being results oriented, right? The number said 88% of the time we'd have that land on turn 3. Now, even if we had missed it there, it's important to not take away that that was the wrong thing to do. Because if you had an 88% chance to, go off, you're going to take it. We definitely need to Tegrid Shadow here, although no, it's so far away that it's unlikely we're going to be able to even pull that off. If we do hit a swamp, we can play a Vengeful Reaper if we foretell it. I think we might actually be putting the Helm on here and passing. Gotta find those lands, though. Glittering Frost, pretty good. They're not having mana issues. Foretold, sure. What did they foretell? Probably a Behold the Multiverse. Maybe a Demon Bolt. Expect they'll come in with this Walker. Yes? Gladly trade that. Okay, well, maybe we'll have some dwarves. So now this is extremely unlikely that there would be 2 lands in our top 13 cards. It was a Behold, okay. So they're going to fix their mulligans a little bit. But they are going pretty slow, so I like that. They're going to hit me for 2? Just 1? Augury Raven, okay. Tapped land, sure. Let's get the reinforcements down, and we've got to get going because they are going to fly in something fierce. I guess if we can find a black source soon, this Tegrid Shadow is still great. So we'll probably foretell this turn, hoping we find a black source soon. Because we don't have many turns. Blood Sky Massacre. I can't really handle losing all that life. I guess Vengeful Reaper would do it as well. So we're going to come on in. So we're taking what? We're taking 7 and going to 5. And then Vengeful Reaper, if it survives, could like block the Mistwalker. What's the higher upside here? Now on that Behold the Multiverse, they did keep something on top in the draw. So there is something in their hand that they want that they did not choose to play. Which says to me it's removal. So I am going for the Shadow and hope that we find a swamp, which means we should have played that and they should be at 15 now. But we do have to find that swamp on top. But I still think that was absolutely the correct keep. Those numbers were very much in our favor. We could also hope that our opponent accidentally kills their Mistwalker. I don't think they're gonna. Click it again. Please don't play a creature. Essica. Okay, we whiffed on that, so we're just dead in the air, unfortunately. So if we had done the Reaper instead, we could have played the Reaper, assuming that they have literally nothing and that this is not a removal spell that they scryed to the top with Behold Multiverse. We would have gone to 3, lost our Reaper, and just died the next turn anyways. Oh well. Oh well, that's Magic. It is not a game designed to... It is not a game designed to reward your correct choices. It's a game that absolutely just rewards luck. You have to try to mitigate that luck, and you have to be more skilled than your opponent. People frequently misunderstand that when I say that Magic is a game of luck, and that when skill... What happens? I frequently say that if you had 2 theoretical equally skilled players, like literally actually perfectly equally skilled, they ate the same breakfast, they were both exactly as alert that day, the game is 100% decided on luck. That doesn't mean that skill is not important. That means that skill is vitally important. It just means that the skill differential between you and your opponent is what matters. And as you play opponents that are equally skilled as you, the game is luck. The game is a literal coin flip. We're going to play first. So don't ever think that when I talk about skill and luck in Magic that I'm suggesting skill doesn't matter. You just have to remember how much of Magic is luck. For example, us having an amazing opening hand here and drawing the right number of lands for what we have. We get to Dwarven Reinforcement. We'll have to see what they play here. They were slow enough. It might actually be much smarter to play the Pretender named Berserker. And then our Berserker is a 5/5 on turn 4. Because it would get 1, 2, 3, 4 counters. Seems good. Seems very good. Pretender naming Berserker just needed that to live 1 turn. 1 turn, and we're going to run on over. It'll be a 6/6 when that Carador comes down. Or Cardur, rather. They named green on that Shimmerdrift Veil. Okay, so they're off red. So we didn't see their red last game, I don't think. We saw their blue and their green. Yeah, so we're going to go Dwarven Reinforcements, Berserker, and then attack in with our friendly little 5/5 here. Boop. Cardur to first some short torque. Next turn. And there's a chance we're looking at a game 3. Elderleaf Mentor? Sure. So yeah, let's Cardur, force them to attack. I probably will not even block. So if we come in right now, 3, 4, 5, 6, they would have to block with everything. And we'd get to kill Mistwalker and Mentor. Sure, because that holds up way down as well. Yeah, they had to team block there. So we kill the Mistwalker and the Mentor. This will also drain them for 1. Their creatures coming in look pretty unimpactful. We don't want to weigh down now just because we want to weigh down their blocker this coming turn. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 coming at them. Ow. I'm not even going to risk a combat trick here. I can take 2, no problem. Land for turn. Scary land for turn. Spirit of the Elder Guard. We'll have to poison that. So let's poison that. Boop. And then come on and slam. And then we'll pass the turn. If they want to spend their turn killing everything except Cardur, that's fine. Lindworm is a problem. Lindworm is a legitimate problem. Lindworm is less of a problem if they block Cardur with it, because we then can weigh down. And if they don't block Cardur, yeah, let's come on in. I think they have to block Cardur with Lindworm. So they're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we kill Lindworm. Exiling the Pretender. We play Varagoth, which can find us that card that we need. You know, Cardur's Vicious Return. Land for turn, okie dokes. This is not instant speed, right? Sorcery speed. They got themselves a 5/5. So the problem here is if we get Cardur's Vicious Return, they can't in response because it's sorcery speed. I literally just looked at that. So let's come on in. They'll trade with the Outcast here, I suspect. We will go and grab ourselves the Vicious Return. Vicious Return, and we literally just need Death Knell Berserker to be alive. There's a slight possibility of us getting boned if they do somehow kill that Berserker, but let's just hope they don't. Land for turn, cool. Please don't kill my Berserker. Although, I mean, then it just becomes literally top deck a creature and win. They kill my Berserker. Interesting. I guess they really just wanted the scry and they go top top. Gross. Gross. I in no way, shape, or form expected them to do that. That's wild. That's wild. So we're going to pass the turn here. So at least I think we can make them think that we top decked removal. Augury Raven, sure. Oh, please no. Also, no attacks? You think I have a Jarl? Interesting. They're going to behold the multiverse. Top, bottom. They knew what the one card was off of the land, I think. Inga, sure. God, we literally just need a creature. We need a creature that is not a Haggy mob. Not a Haggy mob. I know I said we need a creature. Arena, don't give me a Haggy mob. Glittering Frost, sure. We also need this to not be a disdainful stroke. But we've not seen one. I wouldn't necessarily expect one. They're really playing around a Jarl. I don't know what they're playing around at this point. Yeah, so they're never going to tap out again. So if this is a disdainful stroke, good job, opponent. And if it's not, we win. Hey, look at that. We win. Sack. Boop. All right. Game 3. Game 3. Bit of a nail biter there at the end, but game 3. They got some big things. They got some real big things. If they have big things, do I want to shackle? I don't think so. And they have big things, which means Skull Raid can be very good. So yeah, I think we'll just go back in. Do what we did. Do what we did in all those other games that we won. Let's see if we can get the 3-0. I like it. I like it. Foretell this, play it, see if we get some early aggression. If we don't, one of these becomes a lightning bolt. I like it. I like it. Any sort of slow start from them should be punished. Foretell a behold the multiverse. Yeah. As long as that was not a raven, I think we're pretty good. If it's a raven, I'm less happy. Behold, 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 behold. Behold and go and search for a land. Ugh. All right, they got themselves a raven, but that's fine. We can lightning bolt it. We have options. Or they can attempt to race us. That's also totally fine. Don't drop a Mistwalker. Elderleaf Mentor. That's not my favorite thing that's ever happened, but okay. I think we'll flood the board in Shadow Sage. Although we could just trade off. Let's see if they want to trade off. There we go. That's good for us. Berserker, Berserker. So this Shadow Sage is 4 damage or 4 life, as we please. But they are not stumbling. They're not stumbling at all. So we need to join them in the not stumbling. I think we need to play the Shadow Sage. Okay, Demon Bolt's a very good pickup for us. So I guess we can Shadow Sage and drop them to 12. Shadow Sage kind of stops that Kin Seekers for a bit. And then we can start working on maybe killing some things. So yeah, let's Shadow Sage. Hit him for 4. Drop him to 12. Pass the turn. They're very cautious with their attacks a lot of the time, which is interesting. and helpful for us. They are getting their big things, so we need to find our removal. I guess we also have big things, don't we? I guess we also have big things, don't we? I guess we also have big things. And no attacks. Land for turn, sure thing. I'm shocked they have not been attacking with that Raven. Squash my mob. That's fair. That's fair. Wow, they are so cautious with attacking here. I think we Carter's Vicious Return so that we can get that Haggy mob back. And we can kill the bird. It's not my favorite play, but I think it's the play we're going to have to make. And the card we'll discard is the Death Knell Berserker. I don't think we have to play that yet. Let's foretell the Demon Bolt and drop another Berserker. We can always Demon Bolt the bird. Or Demon Bolt like the Outcast after attack, or Outrider after attack or something. Okay, bird coming in. Ow. Does that mean they're playing another flyer or something? Why did they just... Okay. Because there's a Lindworm. They have too much big stuff. So we have to kill the bird. Bird's going to kill us just as much as these big things are going to kill us. Tormentor's Helm is a nice pickup. Because now this Death Knell Berserker is kind of a free stack. We can also drop this Immerstrom Raider as a blocker. We will not discard our Vicious Return. And pass the turn. Oh, their stuff is too damn big. I don't like it. Oh, and that land ruins us. That land ruins us. No 3-0 today. No 3-0 today. Opponent just hit a ludicrously good answer. We're going to be left with a 2-5. And they're going to have a 3-5, a 5-5, and a 6-6. Which means if everything's dying, let's help them all along, shall we? Let's help them all along. Spirit of Elderguard, yeah, we're not winning. Our opponent played way too many good cards. Way too many good cards. So I guess we can kill an Elderleaf Mentor here. But we got utterly boned. What happened here? What happened here? I guess just our opponent playing stuff to block. And we didn't hit our removal. If we hit our removal, I think this was an incredibly different game. Well, if you're going to kill everything, let's block there. Down to 6. And we also flooded, so there was also that. Also that. So we take 3, 4, 5, 6. We die. Yay! Magic. That's magic. It's luck-based. Our opponent decides to not kill us, so that's cool, I guess. I don't think an extra turn's going to do it, though. I guess we could have eaten a 1-1. Yeah, that might have been a mistake, actually. That might have been a big mistake. A big mistake. So we bring back the Haggy mob because it's real big. And we bring back a Shadow Sage and gain 1. Yeah, they should have just killed us. Because now we're not just dead. Oh god, are we still just dead? Well, let's go like that and go like that. Are we just dead? Well, I guess this still is a problem. It's going to kill everything except for the Masked Vandal. Okay. Okay, we're somehow still in this, although they did scry to the top, which is bad. Not Vold Recluse, okay. Okie dokes. Don't flood. Drop that name Berserker. Although it's probably just going to trade with that Recluse. How are we still alive? We should not still be alive. That is not a thing that should be happening. Yeah, we're going to block here. Because we're unlikely to grow that Pretender to serious levels. Mistwalker will kill us. There we go. We have to find removal right now. It's a land. Hooray. Good old magic time. Good old magic time. Anyways, as I was saying a while ago before our opponent decided to not kill us, Magic is a game of luck. Magic is a game of luck that you have to pay $10 to play. Why? Why didn't you kill me? I'm so angry. I'm so angry. All right. 2-1. 2-1. Lost 500 gems. Arena's economy sucks. You've all heard this before. You all know this to be facts. But that's Spikey Saturday 278. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to have a Twitch stream going up on Monday, I believe, from Wednesday, because I recorded one of those and thought it was YouTube appropriate. So check that out. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can find me here on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, yada, yada. Patreon.com/TheManaLeek if you want to become a supporter that way. That is one of the best ways you can support the channel and keep it going. But yeah, check us out on Twitch. On Tuesday, I'm actually going to be doing another board game stream. I'm going to play Kingdom Death Monster, which is a game I love and is luck-based, but I don't have to pay $10 a pop to play it. So check that out. But if you do have questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, see y'all next time.